Clips.
Alrighty, YouTubes. Another one.
Clips.
Oh god. Hold on, the corona's got me. There we go. That should be all good to go now. All sorted now. So I hope you are in the evening. Welcome to See Through the Fear Porn Friday. Hope you are all exercising, your social distancing, and your appropriate protection. You should have seen the looks I was getting when I done my shopping in this earlier on tonight. It was hilarious. I wish. But anyway, it isn't going to last too long. Because I can't breathe.
Whew. Aye, Corona. That's a bit better. But honestly, I went into the supermarket earlier on with that. Even had like a big water pistol of disinfectant. The robberies you could get away with now. Just walk through the street with big masks on and all that. Nobody batters an eyelid. Anyway, welcome to See Through the Fear Porn Friday. We done one last week. It was a good giggle. Everybody and anybody's welcome to join. People that've got my Skype, give us a call. Give us a shout on the Skype. There's Skype details and phone numbers and email addresses down below as well if you want to join. If you want to join and I don't have you on Skype, send me a message on Skype and I'll get back to you and sort that out. But in the meantime, I've got Blazing, Jamesy Boy, Cha, and Taz. I think Taz is away making herself a wee cup of tea or stuff. So, like last week, we had a good giggle. Last week, we done a show and it was a great giggle, so we would try to replicate that and see if people wanted to have a wee giggle in these trying times and have a wee laugh in the face of Corona. I don't know, even just gets people just get some shit off their chest. Because there's different things, different strokes for different folks, different things are making different people edgy, but just bear in mind, before you go off and one on somebody else, they're feeling the pinch as much as you, you know, everybody's feeling the pinch of this pish one way or the other. So, be fair. And chill the fuck out. So, God, if anybody wants to join tonight, the details are down below. Get in touch with the show. You're welcome. I'll say hi to the folks in the chat. And then just batter into chat me poke. Oh my god, what the fuck, Lazy Jesus? There's Graham Watts. How you doing, G Watts? How you doing, my man? A long time no see, as they say. Lazy Jesus in the evening, my man. Headlight for sale. How you doing, buddy? Creepy Crawl. Caroline. Lycrelin. What's that? Mavitten. In the evening. One and all. Morton, I know who you're talking about. Hope he's well, mate. What's up with him? Anyway, I'm just reading the chat there. Hopefully somebody can pick up. Mate, if you want, if your dad or you want to get in touch with me about any bullcrap, links below. There's an email address and a Skype details. That's pretty much everything you need. And there's Jamesy Boy in the chat as well. So there's links below if anybody does want to join in the fun and games. So Jamesy Boy, will say hi to you first to see if that's your black noise I can hear. Oh, it's no. He's muted, isn't he? Try to figure out. It's no Tazzies. It must be Blazins. No, it's no Blazins. It's Jamesy Boys.
It's me.
Oh, how you doing, man?
It's a different...
How's the Corona lockdown treating you, my man?
Well, strange.
Aye.
Very strange. Because my kids are coming to the door and leaving messages and chapping the door and running away.
So are you think this is, are you still in the honeymoon period, think this is a great thing?
No, it's fucking horrible, man.
What about your grandwains? Are they getting kept away from you as well, aye?
Not seen them. I haven't seen them.
Wow. You used to see them almost every day as well, man.
Yeah. I haven't seen them for over a fortnight.
Wow, mate. See, the strange thing is with the ages of them as well, they'll be aged about 6 years when you get to see them, you know.
She was only 2 foot when the last time I seen her. Now she'll be about fucking 5 foot tall.
You're fighting off for boyfriends next time you see her, man.
Oh, it's
weird.
Isn't it? It's horrible.
So it's not even like, see if these wee periods happened by fucking holiday or happenstance or whatever, you wouldn't really mind. But when there's somebody sort of when it's getting imposed on you and all that, and then you've got the being freaked out with the virus, and,
Yeah.
you know, everybody going outdoors and just these strange situations in and around supermarkets and stuff, you know.
No, I've not been yet. I've not been out. It's my family have been bringing me stuff.
Maybe it took me about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to get into the supermarket tonight. When I got in, well, it varies what you're looking for, you know. But certainly the shelves weren't full. That is for sure. The meat was only about maybe 20 to 25% filled up. I mean, everything's limited, basically. You know? So, I don't know, James, I'm beginning to think it's a Tesco, Asda, Netflix, Rangers conspiracy. They all got together to conspire to bring around Corona.
I'm sure they did.
Well, what is it? Occam's razor? Pro bono, who benefits?
Yeah, exactly. Who benefits?
Right, who's benefiting? Mr. Tesco ran off his feet. Netflix having to reduce people's bandwidths because everybody's on the Netflix. After this, everything will be... I mean, I think after this there'll be an argument that prime ministers and all that will be able to hold their... See, right now, we have to have the cabinet turn... Well, traditionally you have the cabinet turn up at number 10 and they hold cabinet meetings and stuff like that. See, after this, there'll be an argument for them to date for their fucking bedrooms and shit using Skype. They'll be sitting... Bobo Johnson sitting in his underpants in his bed, no getting up, fucking conducting his business on his phone, like... Fucking probably getting a blowjob underneath the table, man. But... It's crazy, and do you know, the thing that's really eye-opening for me, it doesn't matter of where in the spectrum you are, whole of society, this is affecting you, you know? Like, even from the conspiratorial who thinks it's all a load of shite and all that stuff, to the people who just wholeheartedly bought in, and everything in between. Like, I know... I won't mention... I know somebody who's, like... not particularly entering on the spectrum, but this is really making them anxious. By like, going out was like a big thing. Oh, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the pharmacy. I'm pure anxious. I'm like, fucking hell, I've never heard you talk like that before in my life. I'm like, wow, it's really... And see the people who do deal with anxiety problems...
It's got everybody paranoid about their nut.
Aye, one way or the other. Whether it's New World Order that's going to kill you, or the virus that's going to kill you. That's what I'm saying, mate. It's this, whatever it is got everything entailed. It's everything to everybody. It's like 9/11. No matter what angle you look at it, it serves its purpose.
Yep.
you know, riling you up. And no matter what way you look at this virus, it riles you up. But I think it's crazy. I was hearing some safety man. How you doing? Long time no speak. If you want to join, mate, Skype details down below. Everybody's welcome to join. But it's everything to everybody, and it's winding everybody up to high heaven, man. It's I don't want to say it's scary, because it's no scary, you know, like, ooh, but it's weird and freaky. That's what I'm finding. It's weird and freaky, and I can certainly believe the memes or the sound bites that they're putting out there, that the world will never be the same again. I went to click for my shopping the night using a card after waiting 15 minutes to get into the supermarket. There was bread, there was milk, there was no eggs. And because it was over 30 quid, it didn't work. Which I thought had already changed, to be honest. But
It's supposed to have changed it to £45.
I thought I'd heard it had already happened, but maybe Scotland's different from
That was
England.
a week ago.
Well, doesn't work on the ground, let's say.
It's the same as all these people that can want to access loans and for, you know what I mean, for the government. All the banks are shut, and when they phone up the actual banks, all the lines are busy or they're no answering. So imagine what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of businesses are going to go to. They'll not be there anymore.
Well, Alan shared a video earlier on. It looked like a wee mad Italian dude and two of his biatchis standing outside a bank screaming and bawling. But again, you would really need some sort of that could be anything, you know. It could be a date gone wrong. It could you know, like without context.
You know, you gain the money to shut them up.
Sorry?
The guy ran out and gave them cash.
I thought that was food.
No, it was money.
Was it money, mate? I interpreted it as gaining them some sort of like, I don't know. I must have picked it up wrong, but I interpreted it as being.
No, he gave them money and they tried to give it back and he ran away. He was like, no, you keep
it. Blazing. Everybody, Chan, Taz, if you want to jump in at any point, feel free, man. There's no talking stick. Just don't talk over each other, Blazing, and we're all good.
How you doing, Trips? All right?
Alright,
Gordon, how you doing?
Hi, Gordon.
How you doing, Blazing? All right.
Hello, Kit, James, Apple, Taz, Gordon. Good evening. Good evening, chat.
Have you been in any bread queues yet?
There's no queues in my shop at all. I walk into my shop, pick my basket up. I can spill in my wee hands in the liquid gel, rub my trolley down in a wee wipe thing in my basket.
Hold on, say this again, because I can cut this up out of context and make a cracking clip. Say that again.
I was doing the exact same thing there, Kit.
Say it more slowly and sexy this time, Blazing. Start with
Okay,
wiping
I'll
down
say
your
it
trolley.
slowly for the English viewers. They're not up to speed. Right, so I can walk into Aldi's, my local Aldi's, and there's a wee table, and they've got loads of hand gels with security tags on them so you can't steal them. And they've got white antibacterial wipes as well.
Hold on a sec, let's rewind.
You wipe your basket and your trolley.
The anti-bac fucking tubs have got security tabs on it.
The wee squirty gels.
Are they the big massive things or just ones off the shelf?
Probably 500 milliliter top jars. Like, they look like soap with wee squirty tops.
And they've literally got fucking security tags on them.
Aye, because it's just for customers to come in to wash their hands, put the stuff in their hands.
Aye, but what do they think there's going to be? Oh my god, this is a different dimension.
People steal them. There's people steal them at hospitals, don't it?
I seen that video, man. Somebody stealing them in the
So,
hospitals.
anyway...
I'll be honest, that's the first place that my head went to.
I just had a wee shot of them, and I went on and done my shopping. But there's no queues, and I went, time I done my shopping, there's people about the shop, but it's like maybe 2 or 3 people in each aisle. But But there's nobody stopping anybody going in. It's just quiet.
Did
It's normal
anybody
shop.
did anybody come in your 2 metre radius and you needed to go "Ooh!" and shoo them away?
Oh, when you see them coming, you hold your breath and exhale once you're 2 metres past them.
Did any of you see that video I shared, man? And I swear,
But only when
it's
I went to checkouts, it was only a few deep, but they had the big 2 metre sign, so you're standing 2 metres back for people. I wasn't going to stand up behind somebody close to them. I don't know what they've got. So I kept my distance.
Did anybody see the
person
video?
behind me kept the distance, but at one point I thought to go to like 1.75 metres, and I was thinking, hey mate, calm down.
Oh no, Leslie! you watch your fucking social distancing there, buddy.
I was looking at my shoulder and giving them an eyebrow and looking down at the flare, saying it says 2 metres.
You looking at the fucking
Anybody
fucking
have
tape.
Any questions?
And when I go to check out, they've got screens up round it now. But it's the first time I've been in there since they've got the screens up. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. Because I usually pack my shopping on the checkout thing. Instead of going back and packing it then. He said, no, you need to keep your basket. You need to pack it back up and go back to the back table and pack it. There's no space to pack it anymore on the checkouts.
Oh, because Aldi's don't even give you space to or time to
So,
fucking pack
so
up
then
your shopping.
I came to like £32. So I had
See-
to put my card in, and they said, you want me to touch that? I had to press the buttons.
Ah, you minging
so
bastard!
that's when
Ah,
people-
Blazon's get fucking.
Pulled his gel out for underneath
Card
his wee table,
machine
underneath
disease.
his checkout, and says, use that after you press it. So I pressed the button and I had a squirt of his gel. Gave it a wee rub.
See,
I was
like,
sorted.
see if I was see how the rub of his jail that would get took out of context too. But see if I was the Joker, right, and I was doing the master plans right now, what I would be doing is I'd be putting the coronavirus in the hand gel.
But like it killed.
No, no, but you would make.
That's a bad
Good-
plan, mate.
good-
Like,
good
good
plan.
finger, man.
That is a
Oh.
bad plan. You're right. It's full
No,
of
he's-
alcohol, so we
You
kill
no
it.
think no, but you would make it would be like non-alcoholic beer hand wash that you would put the coronavirus in, so it would look like the real deal. Well, do you think it would have alcohol in it? But no, it would just be like a test tube of viruses.
But that was Aldi's. I've been in the Co-op as well. Because I make the most of my one visit, my one trip out. I've got another shop.
Into the shops. Mate, you're spreading the virus all fucking angles here, man. Right, so what
Oh, if I
happened?
take one lap of every shop's aisles every day, that keeps me fit.
What's the script in Co-op? Same. If they get the bulletproof
No,
fucking
they've got
visors.
signs up. There's not much heavy in there. They've got signs up. They don't even give you squirts or nothing. The guy's got gloves on. I was thanks for passing your germs into my bag.
Well, listen, see if yous are germaphobes or yous are fucking, like, on the side of paranoid about this kind of shit. Stay away from farm foods. I mean, I'd been to Tesco where they're doing the fucking social distancing and all that, and then I went into farm foods, and now, let's be honest, man, your average farm foods fucking punter typically has a few,
City, man.
typically has a few teeth missing.
You can
And
imagine
fucking-
the only people that buy lawn sausages out of farm foods.
What's wrong with farm foods lawn sausages, mate?
Right.
Look like
Hey,
5% meat.
What's
And
wrong
that's
with
only what they scrape off the flare.
What's wrong with the
Oh.
pink goo? Pink goo square slices? What's wrong with that? They
Have you seen that
spiced
pink goo before they put it into sausages?
Mate, they spiced the goo perfectly.
It's like liquidised ligaments and skin.
Oh god.
But you know, let's be honest though. They are, when we were cavemen, they were all the tasty bits.
Did you ever make sausages? Oh, you didn't, did you?
I did. I used to make square Lauren. And
Hey, what did you put in it?
well, it was a mixture of, but like this is where the cheapness of the sausage comes from. It's the mixture of fat and meat, right? But then you've got this thinking of, because you could get, like, you could just use 100% meat in a sausage, but it wouldn't be a sausage because a lot of the flavour comes from the fat. So it's about using good quality fat with a mixture of good quality meat, and then rusks and this fucking pink seasoning shit that only goes into square, which makes it loomy fucking pink, which I now think has been caused. Cause see all the shit you used to be able to do in a butcher shop. You need to wear, as happenstance would have it. You used to have to wear it. Nowadays you need to wear a mask because a lot of this shit's classified as cancerous. Even when you're dealing with a lot of sawdust, and you're dealing with a lot of sawdust in a butcher shop, dealing with all the fucking blood on the floor and shit.
Bakers get that, though. They can get Baker's lung.
Baker's lung, butchers is the same. It's because if
That's
you constantly inhale.
sawdust is anthogenic. Sawdust is usually MDF, and that's got formaldehyde in it. You know what I mean? And the other thing, see that red shit? I don't know how many times in the past I went in to buy a steak, and I'd go like that, I'm going to give me a steak with that fucking red display shit on it. You know what I mean? See, everybody thinks meat red. It's fucking grey. Well, steak is anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, if you freshly cut off a bit of beef, it'll be nice and red for a bit, but then it'll oxygenate if it keeps in the air.
Aye.
So typically, what you'll see a butcher do is if they're making a lot, if they're doing their displays properly, they'll have the fresh meat displayed and it'll be nice and fresh and red looking. And then, like at lunch when there's no customers, they'll get just a plastic sheet and wet it or whatever and stick it on top, which seals it and stops it oxygenating. But do you know what? See when the meat's red or brown, it's just as fucking tasty. Makes no fucking difference to the actual taste of the meat. To the eyes it does, because typically you want a lovely bit of red meat, but... So, Taz, what about your Corona Wars? I don't know if Taz is back in the room. She's down in the capital city, and I can only imagine. Even my mum was saying to me, man, like, I fucking hate to be in London right now, you know, just that. You just get that, well, in fact, it's not the impression in London's, it's the population density is even. I can talk, I'm in a high rise block of flats, I'm fucked. I'm picking up everything that's going around this whole fucking block of flats. So, Taz, how's your supermarket nightmares?
It wouldn't be good if I played you the video that I made earlier, because obviously there's a few choice words in there that I don't think your audience would
No,
appreciate.
man, it's alright.
It's not a family show.
When did you make this? Is it like you ranting to camera or like in the supermarket?
No, I was ranting to the camera, but I did make I did make myself useful while I was queuing up to just highlight a few things to people, you know, just to try and wake a few up while I was waiting to go in. It took me half an hour of queuing up to actually get into the supermarket, and then when I got in there, then they handed me a wipe to wipe the trolley down, and so I kind of promptly said to the girl, well, this should have been wiped down before I got them, not kind of after I've got them. She kind of looked at me with a blank expression, and I just said, have a nice day, and just walked off.
She's working for minimum wage, Ty. She doesn't give a fuck. No, I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah. But
I feel sorry for these people because you would be jacking that shit in if you had the money to do it. You know, because there's no way you'd be putting your supermarkets are the fucking. They're probably worse than schools when it comes to spreading shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, anybody with young Waynes, you don't need to worry about the kids, but the Waynes just pick up everything and spread it everywhere. I know that if you're in constant contact with young children at the school, you're constantly getting the flu more so than if you keep your distance, you know? And it's got to be the same with this shit.
When I eventually got to the till, you know, it's quite ironic that while you're walking around, it's like the social distancing which to me, it's an oxymoron anyway, because social is coming together and distancing is moving apart. So one kind of counteracts the other. So whoever else is that got pulled out of, I've no idea. But anyway, yeah. So you do all this 6-foot gap standing outside, and then as soon as you're through the door, that's just going on back to normal, you know. And then when you go to the till, you kind of like do this snake thing around, you know, stand on the green spot crap, and then you're back to your 6 feet again, which to me is just moronic. But yeah, I got to the till. Very nice lady on the till. I've spoken to her before, and you know the only thing that she was missing? Going to the gym. Well, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but you're missing the gym, and I had to laugh.
Taz, I'll second
what I
that.
mean?
I swear to God. No, but I'm no joking, right? Like, I know people don't get it, right? But see, unless you go to the gym regularly, it's a well needed outlet for some people. I mean, like a well needed outlet for a lot of people, and not only that, it gets built into people's routine. And
Yeah.
see when that it's like see right now we're all suffering from getting the rug pulled away from us from whatever it is that we're used to doing outside of our fucking cage, and we're all suffering. And the gym is a biggie for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that'll be fucking climbing the walls and all that, not being able to go to the gym, and it's not just stick on a YouTube and you can exercise. Going to the gym regularly isn't all about fucking exercise. It's about sitting down and talking shite with people and all that. You know, there's so much more going on, like going to the gym than fucking sitting there going, you know.
I'll give you an idea, right? Because our daughter messaged us the other day that she said she was actually going to turn her garage into a gym. So at least she's making use of her time. So I was like, yeah, fair play to you, you know. Like, you kind of manage, don't you, with what you've got? Kind of make your own indoor gym. You know, she's lucky she's got a garage, so she can turn that into a gym. But I think everyone, what's they say, adapt and survive. You know, so.
Well, it's you see,
That's my
don't
advice.
adapt or die,
I'm missing
innit?
my bar, but this year's getting out of fucking hand. I'm going to end up with this thing in a fucking bar in front of me. You know what I mean?
Tensions are high, Gordon, mate. It really is, you know. And walking around the supermarket as well, it's just so depressing. You know,
I haven't
people.
been in a supermarket.
No, people
My
look
only
like.
experience is going to wee shops and they've been quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people. You know, it's like you can feel the tension in the air when you go in there. You know, and
Can't even
over
look
the
at each other.
tannoid.
They're scared to look at each other.
Yeah, over the tannoid, you've then got it rammed down your throat. Whereas before you had music, now you get one track of music, and then we're back to the please respect the staff by social distancing. Or please respect to the other. You know, we're saving lives, and this blah 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 blah, and then it's a music, and then it's back to this please respect our staff, and you know this won't be tolerated, and you have to respect each other and saving lives and it's every other. Oh my God, I was on the verge of losing him to come out. And
It's
then,
bringing
then
it-
put the
I
radio
suppose
on
it's
in the
time
car.
for-
Put the
It's bringing-
radio
What's
on in
this
the
time
car.
for consider? What's the percentage of human beings out there that are mentally unbalanced? Well,
Very
I think
good.
we've all just fucking found out.
Yes.
Well,
very much.
I think this is making everybody sort of on edge and stuff, you know.
It is.
And
They were probably like that to start with, Craig, and just waiting to go, waiting for a fucking excuse. You know what I mean? On edge and wanting to be fucking weird as fuck.
I mean,
It's not being on edge, it's just fucking being cautious. You don't want to catch 8.5 MD.
well,
You could catch it, and the next week you could pass it on to your family before you actually realise you've got anything.
it's heightening people's prejudices, right, as well, right? And I'll tell you why. Like, see deep down in your mind, the part that you might not want to admit that's there, the people that you think are bogging and bouffing and all that. Somehow now you relate that to the virus, you know. I'll give you an example. I was in the lift the other night, and I stupidly, and I now realise it was my mistake letting the guy get in the lift with me. I should have just stood at the lift and went, no, you're not getting in. And then like, I don't know, this stuck together, the fucking blue pack junkie got in, and then he coughed in the lift, and I didn't know what to do, I didn't want to touch it, oh man, it was horrible, and I'm being honest there, it's like, see, normally I would give a fuck about those muckers getting in the lift, but alright mate, how you doing? It's no mate anymore, it's, alright bro, it's all fucking bros for some reason, but, he got the other man, I don't know, been watching too much Joe Rogan, but it is, I swear to God, I don't know over here. It's like,
The next time one says that, you say, do you watch Joe Rogan? You see what he says.
gangster rapper Joe Rogan, man. Certainly no fucking Glaswegian, I'll tell you that much. So, normally I don't mind that, give a fuck getting in. Like, I'm no got OCD about being around perceived manky bastards at all, right? I really genuinely don't. I have this kind of attitude like fucking it's good for your immune system. But this fucking virus shit's really got to in my nut.
I'm not scared. I'm not in the
Have you gave up
I'm
licking
more
the-
worried about
Have
the
you gave up
rights.
licking the lift buttons?
Have you seen what they're doing in
Worried about
Japan?
our rights being taken away from us than I am about this fucking stupid virus.
I always was careful with fucking lift buttons. You know what I mean?
Listen
People
to
use
that.
them with a pokey finger. The same finger
Yeah.
they pick shit with.
Well,
Yeah.
seeing China and Wuhan especially, I was watching a thing in Wuhan and they're talking about the restrictions being lifted, and they were talking about some of the things they're putting in place, and one of the things they've put in place is in the lift, they've got that fucking tape getting everybody to stay apart, but they've got like a big plastic sheet sellotaped over the lift buttons. And then I've got a big manky fucking lift to fucking run the gauntlet with anytime I want to come in and out of my flat. So I'm thinking about using the stairs.
If you've got a sheet
What's the
out of the
point in
buttons,
that, right?
everybody's
Like,
still
then it's
pushing
built
the
up
same
in
bit.
plastic sheet.
I know,
Still
that's
putting
what I
the same
think, Gun.
fucking-
It's
Doesn't
like
matter if
wearing
it's a square
gloves.
fucking meter. You're still pressing that fucking square centimetre.
It's like putting gloves on.
Aye.
It's like putting gloves on makes no fucking ball bag of a difference whether you're going to get that fucking virus or not. People don't sweat out their hands. People won't get the virus. It's about whether you touch the virus with your hands and then touch your fucking face. You know?
It's not going to get absorbed through your skin. On
Unless
your hand.
unless you're bathing in saliva or something, I don't think. Cha, how's the Wutan boogie treating you?
Oh, it's
You
like you
isolating?
said. Yeah, I'm still isolating, but it's yeah. Apart from yesterday when we went a walk, but it's incredibly like you said earlier. It's
Hold on,
it's
hold
no.
on. Hold on, Cha. Hello, fucking police. Yep, Cha. She thinks she broke the rules. Yep. She'll tag her.
No,
No,
they were
seriously,
2 metres apart. There's
No.
video evidence. They're 2 metres apart.
That is true. No. What was I saying? It's eerie, very eerie, because you go out and it's like it's like broad daylight, and it's like you would think it's almost like a scene for I Am Legend. It's like apart from the fact that nothing's overgrown and the shops are all pretty much look the same, but it's just like a ghost town, and it's eerie, incredibly eerie.
You don't have that background noise of cars in the distance.
No, it's weird. It's so weird.
No,
But-
that's just Blazen's computer.
Fuck off.
No, but I'll tell you what was strange. I'd been making jokes foolishly. I'd been making jokes given that I'm in Worcester at the moment, and I'd been making jokes about the fact that the English will be panic buying up the Iron Brew. Ha ha ha! I'm safe with my Iron Brew. Well, my boyfriend's
got
mother
some?
went and shot him today. Well, she went and shot him today, and she said there was only one pack left, and I was like, what? So obviously people are, I don't know, because I don't think it's an acquired taste. I think because we're Scots, and I'm not like being bigoted or whatever, but we've grown up like drinking it. So it's like, but you hand it to someone that isn't like
Hey, hold
Like
on,
I
in the
let-
defence of Scottish people, not all of us grow up with fucking rotten teeth because of ginger.
No,
Listen.
I used to drink the Spartan laced one. So I've got all my teeth.
Cha, but sensible
It's a pride Mars bars at the end.
James,
So you stocked up on the brew then, Cha?
I'm gonna have to ration it, I think, because like when she said there was like, 'cause she went into a bigger town, and like with bigger, like obviously a bigger co-op or whatever, and she said she went to several shops, but there was only one pack of Iron Brew on the shelf, and I thought, oh dear, because I'd been making jokes about it like for weeks
What?
about how the English wouldn't panic buy Iron Brew, but
Go to the little corner shops, Apple. That's where you'll find it. The wee corner shops. I
There
don't want
aren't
to
any
say the
little-
word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, there aren't any of those in this little Georgian quaint sort of like town, which is strange to me as well. It just adds to the overall sort of eerie atmosphere, because it's like quite I would say it's like a touristy town. It's night and day for cow and beef anyway, put it that way.
Blazing, I just muted you up there, mate. Just only ask you to try and mute up when you're. Honestly, man, it's see the headphones on. It's
If
after
I
a
had a
while,
pouch
it
for it.
becomes a drill in your head, and do you know what it is? It's like I'd say for me, it's like ticking clocks.
Cool, mate.
Like,
Cool.
just mute. Do you know what I'm talking about? Just mute on and off if you can,
Yeah.
to the best of your abilities.
Well, that was funny
I
what you were saying
thought
about
we
the hand.
sorted it earlier, but obviously no. But
It was funny what you were saying about the hand sanitizers, Blazing, because we were at the vets with a cat a couple of weeks ago, right? And before we went into this veterinary practice, which was practically like empty, they had in the foyer before you went into the actual main veterinary reception, they had a bottle of that hand sanitizer on tied to a chair, on a piece of string tied to a chair, so that nobody could steal it. And I was, it's like,
What's
what
the world
hell?
came to, man? On it, like that's it's that kind. It's the bog roll and hand sanitizer that really does it for me. That's the something's weird going on here, man. It's
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
see in America, at least it's beans and bullets. Over here, it's fucking bogs and fucking sanitizer. Bog roll and
And
sanitizer.
yeah, it's just so strange. And then when you were talking about like earlier, I can't remember if it was Taz that mentioned it, but you were talking about or I was going to touch on this earlier. The crime rates apparently have dropped, but unfortunately, that was it. Everybody's on edge, and everybody's like it's getting to them, and they're getting like built up and stuff like that. Like the domestic abuse rates have.
I was
gone
going
through
to
the
say that the crime rate's down, but the physical assault is up.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
was hoping that was just like a kind of joke, rather than the reality. How everybody locked up with their missus nowadays. I was hoping
No,
that
it's
was
not
just...
a joke. It's not a joke, Kip. It really isn't. I've read articles about it. They're saying that if if things are getting tough at home to approach these services and explain the situation. So they are being more open to obviously the stress that people currently under. That people are losing their jobs, they haven't got the money. Eviction is just around the corner. They're giving you a 3-month holiday from your mortgage, but if you don't have a job and if you don't have the money, how are you going to pay it? The banks are not going to tolerate it. I think a lot of this is going to be a mass asset grab, so that people have been paying their mortgages for a long time. You're 3 months away from being evicted.
That's what I think, Taz. This is just a backed up train crash waiting to fucking happen.
Yes.
We're dealing with what we're doing now, and it's what's coming in the next fucking 2 or 3 months. It's going to be the huge fucking crash and meltdown. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the banks, our banks in the back door, they're slipping in the, more places now. You're not able to pay with cash, therefore people go elsewhere. Keep the cash going, because once we lose that, that's it. You lose the cash, you lose the ability to, do your own trades, help out your fellow brothers, sisters, aunts, uncle, whatever, wants to borrow a few quid. But apart from that, once we go digital, there's no going back from that.
Do you know
there
what
really
I thought?
isn't any going back.
the thought I had the other day when you were mentioning this was, and I guess it's not like something that a lot of people would maybe give consideration to, but it just sort of like it popped into my head. Well, if this is like what's happening, what about? Because I mean, you've got to consider everybody because everybody's in the same boat. So when I was thinking about the homeless, I was thinking, how's it affecting the homeless? Because obviously, people they rely on donations for the public when they're on the street,
Yeah.
and they're probably not getting like as much donations if people are being sort of like, I don't know what to use the word, brainwashed, but convinced that the cash is dirty and it carries the virus. Thus, don't use cash in hand. And
Yeah.
so a lot of the homeless are. I mean, how's that's gonna. It's like a multi-pronged thing. This crisis is serving so many different agendas and purposes, in my opinion. But I just don't know where we're heading next. I think that's what we're all in that boat. But I think you're
Well,
right in the asset grab scenario.
yeah. In India, I read articles in over in India. I mean, obviously they have a vast population over there, and they're basically being locked in their homes. You know, there's I read a story about a guy who was a delivery guy who was delivering water, and the police basically pulled him off his bike and give him a kicking. You know, even though they said that those people that are delivering food and water do have a right to be out on the road, but this guy had been beaten up before it. You know, the police
see,
are a
that's
bit,
what's
they're a
going to
la
cause
la
the
mentality
problem.
anyway. Sorry, go on.
See instances like that, people are going to hear about shit like that and go, right, fucking enough.
Yeah,
I hope they don't, but if people hear too much shit like that, fucking enough. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, how far do we have to be pushed before we say, do you know what, enough, shove it, we're not doing this anymore, we're not bowing down. I mean, we've
Not very much, Taz. I've already done it.
yeah. Well, we've gone from a week of just talking about this BS of social distancing to now. You know, this has gone global as well. A lot of it. I'm trying to remember which country it is now, but it's actually law now. When they go to the supermarkets, they have to wear masks. You know, and they've brought this into law. They've now got drones up in the sky that are now telling people, you know, get 6 feet apart. You know, to me,
see that law about the mask. I think it's the law is more the onus on the supermarket has to.
Yeah, they are dishing
has
masks
to
out to
offer the
customers.
employees the mask. You know, it's not
And
like
customers. This is customers as well.
I was there the day and the masks were offered to the customers.
No, not in the UK. In another country, and I can't remember which.
Oh, right. Probably
country
Spain
it is.
or Italy. Probably Spain or Italy.
No, it wasn't one of them. But I mean, we all know that eventually, that whatever happens in one country, they'll start off beta testing it in that country. Then if they're not, okay, we're not getting too much pushback on that, then yeah, then that kind of stuff spreads, you know, and it goes from country to country.
I heard they were monitoring people's phones to see their data, where they move to.
They are.
If you're moving more than twice and 3 times a day, you're getting watched to see where you're going now, where your usual place.
This is what I heard, Blazing, and this was on the BBC very early on. The BBC were collaborating or were talking with and working with O2. I don't know if other ones, O2, to get the anonymous data. That's what they said. The anonymous location data to get an idea if the lockdown is working.
Yeah,
That was almost verbatim.
Yeah, I heard that was anonymous, but I don't believe that.
Well, how anonymous is that data? That's the argument.
Saying you've been detected moving.
Yeah, I never put my locator on my phone. It's forever off. I never ever.
Just leave your phone in the house or turn it off. And
I seen a thing today for Wutan, right, and it was a video diary of a guy and a woman, I'm presuming man and wife. And they were speaking English, and it was BBC it was on, and it was a diary of these people who were allowed out. It was like the first day or two since the lockdown had been lifted in Wuhan, and the guy's like that, standing out just outside his house. He's like, wow, it's great to get outside. I mean, just even outside, wow. These people weren't allowed to leave their front door. If that assumption sounds right, then he's like, oh, it's great to walk out. We need to, and then that's when he was talking about using his mobile phone app to like get by checks and stuff. These people have got razor wire cordons in the street. It's just like a normal fucking neighbourhood. But to keep motherfuckers in and make sure they weren't leaving the street, they put razor wire. So, I know we're bad. I'm not saying it's fucking great what's happening, and like, I just don't think we'll go doing this whole totalitarian thing. I really don't. I hope not. But
how do you know, Craig? We don't know what's from the corner. We don't know what's here for next week. We keep thinking this is fucking India. Everybody keeps thinking next week's the India. Next week, they said that last week, they said that the week before that.
We've got a good 6 months for this ahead.
You don't know. They do all that in one country. How do you know it's not coming here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? You don't fucking know.
Exactly,
well,
Gordon.
They're trying to see what they can get away with in different countries.
Yes.
I'll believe in a new world order takeover if all this shit is still in place within a year. In fact, because you could say until the virus is taken care of. Instead, unless the fucking a peak of this virus pops up every couple of months.
Stretch. If it's still gone in fucking 11 months, I think you should make up your mind. Fuck's sake, a year's a bit of a stretch, Craig.
If
this is still gone in 4 or 5 weeks.
I think people will be fucking waiting, loving universal income because they've nothing else, and that's the only fucking income they'll get. So universal income will be greatly appreciated.
Not by me, it won't. Well, I've had to give up everything for the sake of a few quid. I don't think so.
Me and not us.
Yeah, we'll
no
see
plan.
how it pans.
Shall we? We'll get my digital ID carry bracelets, complete with mandatory vaccines and travel papers, and fuck off. Sorry.
I don't want that either. I just hope, and I don't think that's us dripping towards this. Now, obviously, the fucking power hungry will grab shit out of this. There's no doubt about that. The banks will get fucking bailouts and more power, no doubt. I just don't. I don't think the virus has been propagated with the proviso to bring this around. I think there's cunts out there taking advantage. I don't know. Maybe I just like to think that fucking. And I think as well, like. I don't know, hopefully I've said this before, but pandemics is such...
part of the same club, Craig?
What's that, man?
You don't think the whole fucking shooting match is part of the same club? No.
I do.
See if I go on the my heavy conspiratorial side of the spectrum that I can go to, man, it's just too much of a coincidence. You know, what's happening with China and the new... I mean, like, if I put my tinfoil hat on, I would go to China and we unleashed a fucking, some sort of a flu virus weapon on them, and China unleashed one back on us, and their one's way fucking better, because it seems to be ploughing through our fucking populations and killing way more. I mean, China's got a population of 1 point fucking whatever billion, and we are now edging towards the same deaths as fucking China.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, do you not think, you're saying a coincidence, but do you not think it's a bit of a coincidence that they've been trying to push this cashless society for ages, and now they've got the perfect fucking format to move forward with that?
I just wish that they'd went with the Project Bluebeam alien invasion, because that would have been far more exciting than something.
I know, at least that entertaining. There'd been a bit of fucking entertainment in there. I'm with you, kid. Very good.
No, but
exactly.
The chat, it depends how you look at it. We've got all this pre-programming about the alien invasion, whereas like it's actually happening now, but the alien is unseen. You can't see it. It makes the perfect alien.
That's
right?
true, but I was still expecting, like, you know, the whole the
spaceship
lasers
shit.
I was exactly. I was looking forward.
Yeah, Char, I'd rather be taken out by those than our own government, which is
Exactly.
democide.
Mm.
I wanted to
But-
see some public health warnings advising the residents of Los Angeles to stop shooting at the space aliens. That's out Independence Day, man.
But I'm just saying, if you start seeing pods about, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought that. See if I fucking see
Pods
if
that
there's
are
something landed in front of me,
indicators.
I'd probably act like an ape and throw a fucking brick at it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well, and
All right, they're all fucking they're all monkeys. Look, us monkeys throwing bricks and stones at us, man.
has anybody start investing in catapults soon? Because we might be needing them.
So we can fire cats at them.
No, we're going to have all drones. Apparently, the US are going to have thousands of drones within the next 4 years. So, it's coming here. I think, judging by the amount of videos that I've seen of like these lights in the sky very low, that I think a lot of them are drones anyway. So,
Yeah.
What do you
What
think
was
they call
that?
them cat?
What,
Do you think there was originally cats that fired at them?
huh?
Why do you think they call these things catapults? You think it was cats they originally fired at them?
Yeah, very possible.
Catapult is
I-
French for "I'm going to fuck you up." I'm sure.
I remember, if we all know this, we've all heard it, we've all seen it 100 times, but that speech by, I think it was Reagan, and he says how funny it would be. Well, I don't know it verbatim, so I'm paraphrasing and I'm bastardizing it quite a lot, but he said, I'll always wonder, like, I always think how funny it would be, like, our differences would all come together if there was a major global crisis, or if there was an outside external enemy, and how all our differences and we'd all be like, we'd all come together as one. We've all heard that, we've all seen it, and I never thought I knew. Well, I don't know,
Well,
depending on how far
Chassis-
you
The
are.
lady I always thought that was going to be Project Bluebeam, that one.
Well,
You know
think
what I mean?
think about it. The exact same
Yeah.
thing is happening, but it's a virus. I'm pretty sure I seen a Chinaman somewhere coming straight. In fact, it was that clip I watched today when Wuhan was coming out of lockdown, and there was a wee Chinaman telling you how great they were, and he's like, "The whole world have to come together, and we all have to beat this together." And you're like, "Wow, that is like getting
When they spoke
used."
to the one Chinese man that said the whole world's got to come together, what's the chances of that?
Have you seen David Icke lately, man? He's having orgasms every time he makes a video. He's going, oh, see, I told you 30 years ago.
He's turning into a lizard.
I
He's
told
turning
you
it-
this.
He's an over salivating fucking lizard bastard, isn't he?
He's turning
So
into the
it's
lizards.
Fucking gloater. He's just fucking sitting there.
slabber.
He's a big gloater. Say, I told you so. I know how he feels, but I was like that with the toilet roll thing. When
I
James
still
said,
can't get any.
toilet rolls and that stuff, I was saying, I told you so. But I know how David Icke feels now, and he's sitting there. He gets a wee buzz out of being right.
Aye, please.
Well,
Yeah.
he runs out
I'm
his
glad you've got
toilet-
toilet rolls now, James.
He runs
Yeah,
out of toilet roll, he's got plenty of books, hasn't he? So.
Lazy, and that doesn't mean as much unless you say it like this. I was right. I was right. I was right. You should just talk to all your talking through a bog roll now. Like, you can even make it look like you're talking. Actually, quite funny.
Do you know what I saw the other day on? I don't know if it was a news article I was reading, but they found another. Get this, they found another Chinese man. I don't know if it's in the Wuhan or province or whatever, but they found a guy who has a mutated form of the coronavirus they've just discovered, and he's been incubating it for 49 days. So, I mean, is this like the? You know how they drip feed you little
Where's this guy
nuggets
been
and
keeping
then-
it?
I,
If he's been incubating it for all those days, where's he been keeping it?
I don't know. They believe that he must
Didn't it
have
like
some
his
kind of-
strudels?
He's colostomy
doubt
in his
that.
colostomy bag.
But brain fart.
Chinese government got a new song coming out. It says, "Donald, where's your trousers?"
You were saying about that guy in the virus who incubated
Yeah,
it for 40 odd days. Chair.
Yeah, they're saying that they found a Chinese guy who has a mutated strain of coronavirus. So they've discovered a new mutated strain, and that it can be this particular guy incubated it for 49 days before showing any sort of like symptoms.
No,
So
can I ask you, just I don't want to spoil it, does it turn him into a turtle? A Teenage Mutant Ninja one?
it's probably more likely to turn him into Splinter. No Splinter. What's the rat called?
Who?
What's the rat called?
Aye, Splinter.
Yeah.
You had the Rat King, who was the baddie. Then you had Splinter,
Master
who was
Splinter.
That's right. I'm thinking of Shredder, of course, because Splinter was like the
Shredder was the baddie.
yeah.
My God,
Master Splinter.
and turtles.
Fucking best fucking thing ever. Fucking ever, man. See the best thing ever? They actually made a comeback. And in the UK, they're allowed to get called Ninja now.
I've never.
Oh yeah, because they used to be hero turtles, didn't they?
They were hero turtles because of you weren't allowed to show see, because fucking who was the crazy Hong Kong Chinaman? Bruce Lee.
Oh.
See, because of Bruce Lee, and he made kung fu and martial art weapons cool. In the UK, because we were so. Remember the UK, you weren't allowed to have porn and all that. We used to be so stiff upper lip. And we weren't allowed to nunchucks, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were too violent for children, so they had to get called Hero Turtles.
Oh, for goodness.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Was it not a cartoon?
Showing the age.
It was a This is it was everything, James. It was everything. It was a cartoon. It was a toy range, and it was a film. And now it's more films. And now I even think there's been a couple other films. And then I think there's been more cartoons. Oh, youngsters are in.
Kip.
I say that.
They had
Films. I know it was a cartoon.
They had a game for the NES, for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the 8-bit one. They had the turtle game, and it was brick. It was so difficult. Like you just couldn't beat the game. It was one of the most difficult games I played as a kid on the NES, the NES.
You just didn't have the ninja skills, Cha.
That's what it was.
Kit. My mother took it to the nth degree, and we all got little terrapin turtles each.
Oh.
Right? No. The thing is, these things get the size of dinner plates, right? Anyway, we moved. Well, I don't know. We had to move, right? So before we had them in a little. Well, we had them in a little like fish tank thing. Anyway, we had to move, and my mum gave them to the lady across the road because she had a big outdoor pond in a garden. Anyway, my mum went and saw her like a few years later, and these things were like bigger than dinner plates. They were massive,
like Galapagos turtles or
turtles. Huge, absolutely huge. So yeah.
Apparently.
Wasn't a good idea to get them.
Apparently, they're quite nippy. They're quite bitey.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're not small and furry that you can stroke. Oh yeah. Yeah, Galapagos turtles, the one that Shah was talking about. They are awesome though, and you can make them stand really tall. All you have to do is like tickle them under their arms. Well, YouTube showed me a video that you could do it, but if you tickle them under like their armpits, they rise right up. It's hilarious.
I've got something for you. This will interest
Tickle
you.
your turtle. Go on, Shah.
Listen to this. Did you know in Scotland and in certain parts of England, but mainly Scotland, we've got red-necked wallabies?
What?
red-necked wallabies. You know, like the mini kangaroos.
Oh.
Yeah.
It says escapees from captivity have established small colonies in Loch Lomond area of Scotland, and on the Isle of Man, colonies in Peak District, Sussex and Devon have died out. They're a smallish kangaroo-like animal with brown upper side and paler grey underside. Hops on hind legs, albino forms, occasionally seen. What do they eat? They eat plants, usually solitary, but good feeding areas grouped together. Young joeys born singly stay in mother's pouches for 9 months. So there you go. We have wallabies in Scotland and England.
Is that not just from one sighting?
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
that. And it
I
was
really don't know. I've
one-
just got a
one
book here
sighting.
called.
One sighting, and that big story's come out of it.
Do you know
It's a book.
No, hold on, Blazing. I've got a second sighting because I was wondering who it was that gave me that doing that night. I just thought I was really drunk. But I could have swear I was getting fighting with a kangaroo, and it makes sense. But like, I'll be honest, the reason I didn't want to speak out about it or anything is because it was a midget kangaroo, and I didn't want to admit that I could beat a midget. And not just any midget, but a midget kangaroo.
It was if the small hands that attracted you at first.
That's just wrong.
That's
Oh
a
God.
book.
And it's a brilliant little book. It's a little book that I picked up in a garden centre. It's called Animals. It's all British, like wildlife, and there's a whole section on bats. There's about 15, 16, 17 pages on bats, which I know is a bit of I mean, I love bats. I think they're cute. They're very
Have you,
cute.
seen
but,
the, have you seen the size of some of them you get in China? I mean, like fucking.
Well, I've
like,
seen some of them that are half eaten, yeah, but I didn't know what they looked like prior.
Let me see if I can find a
Not a lot
picture
of meat
this.
on them, though, sure, is there?
Oh, there's tons of meat on these big bites. Let me see. Big bats.
It's those.
China.
It's those pangolins that they look like they look like they're covered in bloody toenails. They
Ew.
look like acorns. I mean, who looks at that animal and thinks, dinner? Do you know what I mean? I mean, they're all toenails, and they look like armored pine cones, like acorns. Are disgusting.
They're like armadillo.
They look
Like,
they look like
I'll
armadillo.
be-
but they
I'll
look
be
like
honest.
they're covered in.
Do you not think it looks more tastier than, let's say, a snail? I can't eat both. I can't eat either, but
I couldn't eat a snail.
Google pangolin and then have a look at it, Kip. It looks like it's covered in like fungal toenails. It's I don't know. I don't know what part of the animal they use. But again, with bats as well. Why? I mean, I know a lot of the Chinese believe that certain animals have like medicinal properties. Like that's the shark fin soup, for example. And
a lot of that
rhino.
is old wives' tales.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember watching a documentary where they literally were shark fishing, and they were bringing the sharks out the ocean, cutting all the fins off, and then just throwing them back into the ocean to drown. And I thought that is absolutely
evil.
abhorrent. It's evil, completely evil.
It is evil.
Absolutely evil. But yeah, I mean,
the size of that bat.
let's have a look. Let's have a look. See, is it a fruit bat? They're quite big.
No, it's a vampire bat.
Do you remember that advert when we were
Some
younger?
of them are massive, man. Look at the size of those bad boys there. The Roundtree's fruit bat. Why did that make me laugh? Did they not use that? Did they not use it in a campaign or something?
Yeah, they did in an advert. I think its name was Kevin the fruit bat.
I think you wouldn't be allowed to get away with that nowadays. I don't think, you know.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, that looks like a fruit. Well, it's a it's slightly smaller than a fruit bat, but yeah, I don't know.
Why do they call them fruit bats? Do they eat fruit or are they just nuts?
No, they do. No, they do eat fruit. I think they only sold they're sold dietary things fruit. They're so cute. Look at it, it's so cute.
Oh,
I wouldn't want one as a pet though.
In
They're fucking
Scotland,
ugly as fuck.
up where I live, apparently there's like a lot that nest in people's attics and like under their eaves of the house. And my mum's friend, she's in her 80s. She walked into her bedroom one night and there was one flailing about on the floor, and she was like, "Oh," because she lives on her
Ew.
own. And she had to call in a specialist team to, like, but they're endangered. They're protected species. Clearly not in China, but they are here.
No.
So
Oh, they are over here.
yeah,
Yeah.
not in China.
I think they're the ugliest animal in the world.
Correct.
They're cute.
No,
What,
they're not.
bats? Nah, they're not the,
James,
they're not
Google-
the ugliest though, James.
No.
I
Google
wouldn't want one as a
pangolin.
pet.
I wouldn't see the point in like keeping them as pets, but I mean a fruit bat maybe, because they're quite cute and they're big and they look kind of like, I don't know, like a furry.
If you could train it to fly into people's faces, then aye, but apart from then, apart from that, it's no use.
Like things out, man. They're like rats with wings.
That's
Flying
pigeons,
rats.
mate. Pigeons are rats
That-
with wings.
Yeah. And
I would rather eat a bat than a pigeon.
You'd probably catch less.
I don't
Although
get.
remember that
I don't get
remember
pigeons.
that guy.
I only get wood pigeon.
Have you
Remember
never
that
tried
case?
deep fried deformed pigeon feet?
The ones with the stumpy toes, extra crispy.
Oh.
I'll tell you what.
It's a meal and a toothpick rolled into one. Too
I
much.
wonder how the bats are going to cope when they launch this 5G. So
Oh,
while
no.
everybody's been locked in their houses, have you guys noticed the BT vans absolutely everywhere? Whereas before, I mean, you couldn't even drag them out of the depot. Now they are everywhere. They're digging up roads and putting all the things on the lights. I've noticed around here that there's all marks on the floor, and all these new light things going up with the antenna thing on the top. So
Like
when they
Yeah.
when they switch them on, what that's going to do to the bats, because the bats work by sonar, don't they?
I've seen a couple of videos where people have burnt them down.
Good. And I think that's going global, that trend.
Liverpool and Birmingham, the burnt.
Those cunts will get
Like-
done for terrorism.
Oh, they probably will, Kip.
The thing is the same as anything. It's the same with everything. If everybody acted, what could they do? Well, they could do a lot, but
Are they sure it's 5G stuff they're burning down though? Because people have made
Yeah.
mistakes before.
Put up a couple of weeks ago.
Because BT are doing a lot of their fibre shit right now.
Yeah,
No.
they're connecting. They kept connecting them all up, whereas before they
There
were
was
on
a-
top of
there was
there,
a
but they
vid-
weren't connected. But they're being connected up now.
There was a video clip just today, and it showed you this guy live streaming it, and he's like, "Yeah, 5G being burnt down. 1, 2, 3, 5G burnt down."
My friend sent me. My
Tweet,
friend.
tweet, 5G fleet.
My
Yeah.
friend sent.
It was
my-
crazy.
My friend sent me a video in the week. He actually went and spoke to the engineers, and they told them that they're connecting all the 5G cables up. So he actually spoke to the engineers.
I'll be honest, I
I've
don't
got
think
I've got
there's-
the video. Obviously, I wouldn't put it up because I wouldn't want to show their faces. But yeah, I've got the video. Any video.
My conspiracy behind 5G differs from other people's minds is that
Okay.
they're obviously not wanting the Chiners to do it, but they want the Chiners technology. And they don't want the Chiners to do it because whoever puts the 5G infrastructure in can put back doors in where they get the 5G infrastructure reporting back to them. Now, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if all that data is anonymous. They get the information from all that data. It's like a Google. It's like Google in their search engine and getting all that data. It's like data mining. Then their algorithms get more fucking better. So anybody who sets up 5G, the more and more people move away from their phone, because see, when you use broadband, man, is that blazing? I don't know. Somebody's got a real bad.
I can hear voices.
I know.
I'm
I
hearing
don't know.
voices.
Jamesy boy, is it you?
It's not me, there's no bearing about me.
Oh, there we go. God, it was Jamesy boy. Here, James, stop watching EastEnders. Wait, we're trying to have a serious chat here. James, you'll need to unmute yourself. Maybe you might come back in. No, but my conspiracy between the 5G is, like, you know how, like, Google was, like, a big fucking Hoover for data, right? And they didn't care whose data it was. Just, James, don't leave, man. Fuck's sake. They didn't care whose data it was. Just the anybody's data, because they get a pattern of how people act, and then the more you get a pattern of how people act, the more accurate your algorithm gets. And that's what 5G allows you as well, because I don't know, there's some smart cookie sitting there looking at the demographics, and they're saying, well, people are now statistically using their phone more for all this shite than somebody sitting at a desktop on a modem. So the power has went from Google to the people who hold the 5G hubs, and there's a race on to get the 5G hubs in. And I don't think the 5G are fucking direct energy weapons, and I don't think it's anything you can really stop. But just understand where it is and don't give them any data you don't want to give them. You know?
Because there's that many people.
I think that this 5G fear porn is just to make us delay, because they don't want the Chinos, as you says, and it gives it a time for the UK and the Americans to develop their 5G, so they put all the 5G fear porn out there to try and delay it a wee bit.
See,
Maybe that's just a thought.
They're all using their mobile phones now, you know what I mean? All the people that would normally sit with a PC, they're all on quick draw now, right?
Aye.
So probably people using their mobile phones is through the fucking roof. Think how many people work and aren't allowed to use them while they're working. And all the people that would normally sit at their work and otherwise use a PC, they're on the house now. No, you're not sitting in front of you. Well, I wouldn't be sitting in front of my fucking PC if I sat in front of one all week at my job. So they're all using their mobile phones, so the data usage must be going through the fucking roof. And also, I was talking to a pal of mine, and he said that he's a miserable bastard, and he watches his lecky and his gas and all that, and he says his fuel bills have went through the fucking roof, his domestic fuel bills. You know what I mean?
Since he's been staying at home with this stuff?
Aye, and he's got Waynes in the house, well, teenagers in the house, no? And what they're using is, I've heard a couple of good wee stories, like Falkirk District Council in Stirling, round about Stirling, people that's got industrial units with the council have got in touch with them personally, no by email, somebody actually calling them and saying, look, don't worry about your rent, and your rates are on fucking freeze as well, we're reviewing that. Because I knew a lot of people that was up ready to fucking go into fucking meltdown, you know what I mean? So guys can't even freak out, and no guys, but anybody can't just freak out and go and sell your motor now, because we buy any car.com and all that, that's all on freeze. So anybody that needs quick cash for a big item, no, you would normally go and pawn your gold and stuff like that, but these places are all shut. No. So your quick reaction to go and get cash is all taken away.
Yeah.
Well,
It's getting more and more.
I think that's the ultimate conspiracy. I think it's like, I don't think we'll go to a cashless society, right, for my own reasons that I can explain, just because the governments of the world the fucking rule with corruption. You can't do corruption without untraceable cash. But what they want to do is they want to lock down, basically, like, Right, what is a government? The government's businessmen put in place to manage the country as best as they can as a business, to make it good for business people and ultimately get as much money in the coffers as they can. So, like,
So
the
why
way
have they
could-
shut down the businesses, Kip? Shops are stripping
because
the stock
do you
out.
want to- because
It's
Taz,
putting
it's
everybody
to try
into-
and stop the
it's putting
spread of a
everybody into
pandemic.
financial meltdown.
It's to
So
try and
why
slow
have
the
they?
It's fucking
All right, so
bankrupt.
yeah, so Kip, so all right,
It's-
okay, so they shut the shops to stop the spread of the pandemics, right? So why now are the shopkeepers emptying the shops of their stock if it's just a temporary thing?
What do you mean emptying them? Because it's not a
They're
temporary
taking
thing.
they're taking the stocks out of the shops.
Well, I would like
All
to
the
think
shops that are shut, they're being stripped out.
I've no heard or seen this, but if they were,
Right.
the ones that are, oh pardon me, the ones that aren't open, I would like to think that they're putting that the parcels and all that. Well, let's be honest, Taz. It's a bunch of small shop owners. They're taking it to their pal, fucking their cousin, their brother, who owns a shop that's opened, and's punting the shit there because fucking it's every cunt's making a bomb out of this shit. If you can
But
sell a
there's
packet
only
of biscuits, they're making a bomb.
Yeah, but there's only
Maybe
the
publishing
food.
shops and things like that. What's happening to them?
But it's only the food shops that are open. Everything else is shut. You know, there's going to be so many small businesses that are going to go to the wall.
Well, I
I
believe
went-
that. I believe that's going to happen. And see, right now, big business is loving this. That's why you've got fucking footballers and all that. Oh, we're taking personals and all that. You're just fucking securing your big bucks in the future. When cunts wake up and realise that you're a fucking idiot that kicks a ball about the park. And I love football, by the way, but you know, like people are getting their perspectives put in place here. You know, I listened to that Talk Sport. It's a wee fucking escape away from fucking conspiracy land. And see now, you don't know whether to slap them with a fish or that. You're talking about fucking. You're talking about football players that are moaning their wages are getting cut by 20% when they're on like 200 grand a week. Come on, to fuck. I've seen even Rangers, I guarantee Celtic's doing it out in the community, giving away food parcels and all that. It's keeping ourselves relevant, man, because like when after this finishes, like, I mean, I don't know about yous. What are yous planning on doing? You know, like, what are people planning on doing, man? I'm already fucking thinking.
I'm growing
what I
my
want to
own food.
do. I thought you'd done no too bad that way, Taz, already.
Yeah, I do grow a few things. I've got a few seeds on the grow now.
It's no too
So
shabby for somebody that's because like you
I
stay.
can-
I don't know. I don't want to say how many, but you stay high up, didn't you? You know that, so it's not as if you've like you're doing. What would you call it? It's not like you've got a big massive garden or anything has in it, no. So you can. Everybody can
no.
do.
Yeah, everyone
think-
can do a little bit. All I have is a balcony and I've got my windowsills, that's it. You know, I've got enough to, well, hopefully, will be enough to sustain us here. But, you know, I don't have a big garden. You know, for those of you out there that do have gardens, you know, small balconies, windowsills and stuff like that, you know, you can all chuck a few seeds in pots and, you know, give it a go. There's loads of videos on YouTube. I've learned so much for growing foods and stuff and what to do, what not to do, and, you know, stuff like that. So you give it a go. You never know, you know. So make
Well,
make the most of what you have got. You know, that whatever you grow, it means that you don't have to buy that and, you know, use your own money. You can grow it and save yourself a few quid, you know.
Well, Taz, I would admit, man, what you're saying there is honourable, and I think everybody should take that advice. But I'm already planning what I'm doing, man, and I'm thinking medieval fucking banquet feast. You know, it's going to like party like fucking it's went out of fashion. Like I want to do a wee bit of everything, so I need to spread this over a few days. So I don't know what days I'll do it. One day though, the main day will be just like close family and friends, as many as you can in one place for some good food, good drink, and just to fucking enjoy speaking shit. I mean, that's what I just miss. I just miss human contact. See, all this digital stuff, man, is good, and as good as it is, I just don't rate it up there with the there's been able to be face to face with somebody with every facet of communication you have when you're face to face. For fucking smell, touch, look, body language. See, when you're online, it just goes, it plummets. Even with this face to face time. Oh. Anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing, man.
Meeting people in shops and that. See, shopkeepers and people at work in, especially people at work in the shops, right? They're real miserable bastards at the moment. So everywhere I go, every till I go to, I think of some funny shit to say, right? And it's amazing the amount of people they've got themselves into a state of mind. You say something fucking funny to them, people in the queue laugh behind you, but the shopkeeper, the person at the till doesn't laugh because they've just all lost their fucking sense of humour at the moment.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Funny shit. I'm hearing people behind me fucking laughing, but the person I've said it to is just standing there going, no, I'm not playing.
See, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, before this lockdown happened, or before whatever's happening panned out to be as serious as it allegedly is, or isn't, or whatever, I pre-ordered Resident Evil 3, and then I'm like, alright, it's out the day, download it and start playing it today. And I know the general gist of these fucking games. It's generally the zombies are getting affected and you need to kill the zombies. But then I'm watching it today and they're talking about the spread of the pandemic. It was like, oh my god, man. And then you start thinking about... Anyway, I thought it was quite funny.
These things have all been coded into like games and movies for years, haven't they?
I don't know though, Chita, if it's like pre-programming or whether it's just... It's like Alex Jones, man. See the Y2K thing? It's going to happen at some point. And this is the thing about a pandemic, right? And look, I'm down with believing this could be some sort of... As I said, if I put my tinfoil hat on,
you can't say we're no pre-programmed.
Oh no, I know I know that for a fact. The best way to explain it is...
virus films. I found about 30 in the past 4 years.
Oh mate, there's millions of them. And I was even saying to Cha, well, I don't know if you were in by then when I was saying to Cha about comparing it to like the Alien invasion films. I even earlier on talked about what's the ground zero of that? War of the Worlds, the radio show.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I'd come back again. But that was just too much. They wouldn't get away with that. See all that Project Bluebeam, they wouldn't get away with it. But they've done this virus thing, and by fuck have they got away with it.
Mate, if it's a conspiracy, but I don't. This is what puts me off about being a conspiracy. It's the same thing as like sort of a chemtrails. Let's say when you examine like what it would take to achieve what is proposed. For me, it falls apart. And for me with chemtrails, it's like who works in the aviation industry. Like I guarantee we all know fucking somebody that works in that industry, whether it's making the fuel, whether it's the mechanic, whether it's at the airport, right? So the proposal, all these passenger planes have got secret pipes, they get secret fuel, and I think it's preposterous, right? To be honest, but I fell for it for a long time, and then I looked at the science. Now, I forgot my initial point, but it's the same sort of a thing with this. I think, like, I think if you look at if you look at pandemics, right? Unless people are proposing to me that every pandemic that we know about, that historians agree on, are all fake, then I'm saying what's happening here is possible. Nobody's debating it came out of China, and nobody's debating that China has some very unhygienic, I think they're calling it wet markets or whatever, right? Where it's a breeding ground for all sorts of shite. I don't think the West and China are best pals at the moment. I really don't. I think they're at a currency war and an economic war, which, again, tinfoil hat, which makes that being a biological hit all the more likely. So why
on the other side of this, Craig, listen to me, right? Where are you getting your news for, your information on all this shit?
Well, I listen to the
Because
mainstream
you used to
media
have a show.
and the
You used
conspiracy
to have
world.
a show. You used to have a show taking the fucking piss out of broadcastable information, right? Now the thing is, you don't know, I don't know, nobody fucking knows. I wouldn't even try and talk on this show about what I think it is, because it's only my opinion.
Mhm.
If I've not seen it, and I'm not a scientist, I don't know. I don't trust fucking doctors.
No.
I don't
They
trust
lie.
any of them. And I know you're quite happy with the National Health Service because you've said it in the past. That's fine. That's your thing. You do that. But you don't know. Anything we're talking about here is our personal opinion. And my personal, well, I've not been watching anything. Anything. Fuck all. Zero. And deliberately doing it.
I've got
Because I never
first-hand
watched the
evidence.
news anyway. I never watched the news anyway.
Gordon, you're
Why the
shooting.
fuck?
Don't know what you're talking
Why the
about.
fuck? Give a minute. What? Give a minute. Why the fuck would I start watching the news or this when I hadn't been watching the news previous to this?
Oh, I mean, I'm not telling you to watch the news at all, mate.
It's after fucking news or after media, what somebody else fucking said. None is no shit. Not one is no shit.
Well, I'll tell you what I do know first-hand, right? I know first-hand 3 people that work in the NHS, right? So I know what they're telling me, what's going on, people getting moved around, the shifting, sent home, all that stuff. I know, I mean, like, people who are pharmacists aren't they stupid? People who are doctors aren't they stupid? People who work within the NHS aren't stupid? And I would say they know a lot more than me. I also know as well, through first-hand inmate, somebody who actually had the virus. And this person apparently was young, fit and healthy and shit. You know,
A flu bug.
Well, this is
Do
where...
you know all the old pensioners are coming up positive because it was in the flu shots?
Well, that would be a conspiracy theory.
Well, it's not a conspiracy. They've got to give you a certain amount of a virus to give you an immune and a flu shot. That's not a conspiracy. How the fuck's that kind of conspiracy?
No, you're
There's
saying
got to
that
be
they
a
gave them
certain
corona
amount
and
in there
a flu shot.
so that you can build up an immune for that, right?
You're saying they gave them
They do
corona
that
and a
testing.
flu shot?
Aye, but a coronavirus is a common flu virus. So they're proving positive.
A coronavirus is a coronavirus. That's why it's called COVID-19. Because you get different coronaviruses, hundreds of different. Like it's similar to influenza, but we don't know enough about it.
Diagnosis.
A swine flu, Gordon, a swine flu is the corona. Avian flu is corona. It's just the general name they give to it. It's the technical name for a flu.
No,
but it's not a flu. Flu's influenza,
I know,
and you get all different strains of influenza. This is a strain, a different version of coronavirus. Conrad, Confid, what is it? 66, I think it is.
COVID-19.
66.
From coronavirus disease 2019. That's where the name comes from. And next year, it'll be COVID-21.
Alright, so it's like a gang sign. It's like a gang sign that's bouncing about like that. Corona 2012, bitch. Fucking assholes. It was cracked me up when they named it. They were like, well, we had to give it a name that wasn't non-geographical. I'd give it the fucking the Wu-Tang flu. Something like that. Number 4. Your special fried rice flu. No, man, it's just beating up vaginas. But I'm not taking the chance. And time will tell.
There's no annoyance out there, know what I mean? There's
Do
just
you know
no
what?
noise out there.
Do you know what I was saying there, Gordon, as well, right? This is the way I kind of see it as well now. We've got China versus the West right now, I believe, in very many avenues. And I don't think that the West would hold back if they had dirt on China being a ball bag in and around this. In fact, I think we witnessed the West trying to make China look as stupid and as bad as they could by filming them using drones, which the UK just done. All sorts of shit. Everything the West is kind of going to follow because China dealt with it well. And I think vice versa as well. You know, if China came up with any fucking shit about us manipulating and doing this to our own population or anything like that, and like I could, if I was to get my tinfoil hat on, I would definitely go down the route. It's China hitting us and us hitting China, because
why did China keep it quiet for 2 months?
Well, I think because they didn't want the world to know they were stinky.
Did they not learn the lesson the last time when they got caught out with the swine flu, or the H1? They got caught out and they were proved to be lying. And they came out in public and apologised to CCCP.
Right,
apologised for their slow response. Have they not done that this time? I think so.
I'll give you an analogy, Blazing. I'll give you an analogy. And remember when you found that cockroach infection in your pillow? You kept trying to keep that quiet for cunts, didn't you? I'm sorry, I'm trying to be funny, mate. But... No, but like...
I was at least of my worries on spiders in my socks.
Right, but what I'm saying is, and I'm not defending China, man, it's a communist dictator fucking state. I think that's very obvious. But, like, just like the UK done, I'd like, see for me, in my humble opinion, China tried to keep the lid on it for appearances. Britain tried to keep the lid on it for economics. No, we tried to keep our economy ticking over for as long as possible until they went, right, hold on a sec, we might not even have enough slaves to fucking turn the fucking the wheels at the mill here if we fucking don't stop this. Because, like, there's something fucking going on here, full stop. The economy of the world pretty much has been ground to a motherfucking halt, right? And you don't do that if there isn't something else going on. So let's look at it in different contexts. Let's say that the virus isn't as it's portrayed. It's some sort of it's wrapped up in this China versus West shit. Then China's economy seemed to shut down first, and then the West seemed to follow. So, is it now a war of attrition? Is this the way World War III is getting fought? You know, in the sense, how long can China's economy stomach a shutdown? And how long can the West stomach a shutdown? Now, I got reports on the BBC today about...
Well, politicians and rich people can stomach a shutdown as long as fuck.
But China had one of the highest GDPs, like making the most money in the whole world. They had 6% interest when you're fucking shit, you go.
Well, mate,
that's like 4 times more than anywhere else in the world. So why would they start this?
Well, mate, I'm not coming to any conclusions. I'm just putting out questions there. But you're spot on, right? China's economy was booming. It was second in the world in lots of metrics and measures that you would take it. And as I've said before, it was due to get bigger than fucking... America was due to slip to third. China was due to slip to first by 2050. Now, if I was the powers that be of America and the Anglo alliance that represents, and I seen China on my arse like that, fuck, by 2050 they're going to be fucking us. I don't know about you guys. Is it a conspiracy to say that there'll be...
I was just going to say that. Are we getting conspiracists now? Saying that Trump's put the Wuhan flu in Wuhan?
No, but that, as I'm saying, like pandemics happen periodically. If you look at the numbers, we were due one. Whether it was man-made or it just plopped up, it's certainly getting capitalised on. But the fact that...
Nobody's talking about Russia now. Right? Nobody's mentioning Russia at one point at all. They were the first ones to shut their borders down. As soon as they heard this, back in December or January, they shut their borders down with China.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Putin done it. Maybe Putin done it.
Now there's nothing there. You hardly hear about China. No, China, Russia. because there's nothing, because they shut it down.
Maybe check. Maybe Putin did do it, mate. Maybe Putin did do it. But you know, this is the I think the most honest reflection. There's no way of knowing, right? And this is how I hedge my bets. Something's going on when they shut down the economy, because if you, to me, on appearances, it seemed that the Conservative Party and Bobo Johnson dragged their heels with regards to locking down the country. Now, it's more and more as this pans out and you hear different opinions and criticisms of how the government dealt with this. The common criticism is what is happening just now should have been done way sooner. Right? And then when you look at the graphs and all this shit, China just dealt with it like you could say China dealt with it like a boss, but they certainly dealt with it a hell of a lot better than all of these Western countries who are now like, I think the UK's bought hair away for surpassing the deaths in China. Now China have over 1 billion people. We have 66 million. It just doesn't make sense to me. To me that's a conspiracy. Why is it wiping out the white man more than the fucking yellow man?
Because they fucking took control and shut everything down. You couldn't go out your door. You couldn't leave your house. That's why it stopped spreading in China. There's no big conspiracy. Boris Johnson took this lockdown too slow. He should have done it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before.
Yeah, but I heard someone. Sorry, I was watching. I can't remember which newscast it was. I don't know if it was. Let me just think quickly. It was a show where they were interviewing a virologist and someone who was something to do with the WHO, something to do with the World Health Organization. Basically, what he was stating was that it was as if he was saying, basically, and that they wanted to build herd immunity, and that's why laws, regulations, rules, or whatever were not implicated sooner, because they wanted a certain amount of people to catch the virus, and I do it with air quotes, virus, because I don't know what it is, but they wanted a certain amount of people to catch it. And then the guy said, so basically what you're saying is you're prepared to sacrifice a few for the many, meaning that, yeah, if we don't install all these like rules, etc., people are going to die, and he's like, just so you can build up a herd immunity. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons why they didn't act as fast as China did. I don't know. But that's just one theory as well. That's another theory that's out. So.
Can I just say about this herd immunity? To order to get herd immunity, you need to get 60% of the population immune. So you need to get them exposed to it before. What's going to happen to the other 40%? Is that the ones that's going to die?
Possibly, mate.
That's a valid point. I was led to believe. That's the facts. To get herd immunity, you need 60% of the population inoculated. So we need to catch it or have it first to be inoculated. Do you get it?
Inoculated?
No, we need to have caught it to build up antibodies. So we've got herd immunity. That's what, like Boris Johnson, he was talking about that, but that's like an endgame thing.
Mate, it's Machiavellian as fuck.
He missed out all the beginnings.
Don't even
in the middles. How we're going to get there? 40% of the population will need to die before we can live in peace. That's what he was saying.
But like, this is the reports coming. This see when I'm listening to the media and stuff. This is what I hear happening, right? I'm going to point at Spain and Italy because they seem to be the hardest hit. And what's happened is there's been this spike at such a rapid rate that there's been people basically unable to breathe without a ventilator or without assistance, and they haven't got the staff or the machinery to keep these people alive while they deal with them. And that's what you would like to think other areas are trying to learn from. That's why you see that Nightingale Hospital getting opened up, so on and so forth. But
They're going
I
to have
don't-
4,000 beds, but do they have 4,000 respirators?
well, no, mate, that's the thing. The Nightingale Hospital is only 500 beds so far.
Aye, but it's meant to be 4,000. 2 wards of 2,000 each.
They can extend it to that. I know they can extend it to that if needs be, because they haven't got the customers, clients as of yet.
What about the manpower to man these?
Well, that's where all the volunteers and all that are coming in. Because apparently the amount of people that volunteered was through the roof. There's people from St John's Ambulance.
Aye. But
You know,
if I'm on a
so-
ventilator with a highly specialised trained
Is-
team, I don't want fucking Joe Blogs.
mate, all you do is need somebody that can work a fucking a very complicated vacuum cleaner and keep you alive. That's the point. You don't need surgery. You don't need that. You just need that and kept alive for a bit. That's the God's honest truth. That's
Yeah.
what the health services in the other countries,
But
and
in
that's
order
what
to get on a
everything's.
ventilator, you need to go through like an operation procedure.
Like,
To
calm
put
down,
you
mate, I'm not arguing with you.
unconscious to get the tube down your throat.
And that's why the focus, or at least people's criticisms, is the lack of equipment, right? Number one, people in the front line haven't got proper fucking protection, so they're going to start dropping like flies. I think there was 2 doctors or nurses or something died today, unfortunately. Unless it's a conspiracy, but I think 2 doctors and nurses died.
I don't even
And-
think I would get on a ventilator because I had an operation before and my blood pressure dropped that low. They thought I was going to die. They told me that when I woke up. And I was like, what? They had to give me many, I don't know what, they gave me injections but they thought I was going to die.
You
I was
best
only in
put
for a
that
minor operation.
you best put that poly bag around your head, mate, and isolate yourself good and proper. Make a wee oxygen bubble bag around you.
You shouldn't be thinking the wee bubbles have got rid of all these wee victims, the coronavirus.
Have you not
It's
seen
like
the
wee
pictures that are
drinking-
doing on the social
Drift
media
by.
of people with
It's like wee
zog
bubbles
balls?
have got out of their heads to keep their germs
No,
in.
zog balls. Zog balls. No, but it would give you a good 2 metre radius. I also seen something that must be fake, right? It was coming out of India, so it might be real, but just different context or something. But it was these soldiery, police-looking Indian types, and they had literally just a big stick with a big fucking grapple at the end of it. I put it in the chat today, man. It must be fake. Can't it be real?
No, that's
No,
what
it's
they're doing. Indian cops carry sticks. They
No, I
don't
know.
say, hey, stop that. They just say,
No, this was like a big plastic
stop that.
stick. You know, like a pooper
No, it
scooper.
wasn't. It was
they're
called
very violent.
no, it's called a corona clamp. No, seriously, it is. It's called a corona clamp, and the like. No, seriously, it's like got a clamp on the end of it, and they use it to like push people, like negate them where they want them to go.
It's like a big version of the wee things you pick litter up with.
Basically, yeah.
Aye, it's like a big massive pooper scooper. Right, that's 12 o'clock, so that's 2 hours I've done, man, so I'm going to take this stuff offline, right? So, thanks for joining, Blazing. Thank you, buddy. Cha, hang around for the after show. Anybody want to join in the after chat? There's a link
Cheers, sir.
posted early.
Just up, the after chat's always the good stuff.
Aye, exactly, man.
Anybody wants to join?
Link below for the Skype details and all that. Anything you want to say before we fuck off, Cha?
No, just that everybody
Stay safe.
Aye, stay safe. Keep your chin
No,
up. and-
don't say stay safe, man. That's the fucking New World Order fucking catchphrase. Everybody's telling everybody, stay safe, fellow soldier. Like, say, I don't know, play with traffic. I'd prefer that.
No, go about licking doorknobs. That's what I think.
Go and lick a doorknob. I like it, Chapman. That is better, actually. Lick doorknobs, y'all. Go around and lick random doorknobs. Talking about doorknobs, please.
I would just like to say, like, from my wooden hats, I've got a brand new line out. I've been inspired by Jim Dawson, right? I was going to bring a sword out, but I thought I'd just go for the steak hammer.
You need to turn your camera on if you're going to sell your wares.
It's my Jim Dawson wooden steak hammers. You can get
So
a
what's
matching
that?
wooden hat. A matching wooden hat for half price.
So, how much is the... So what are you calling this? Like, he's got his Knights Templar medieval like weaponry. What's this? Is this like...
This is just a Jim Dawson steak hammer.
Is this like the Jason Templar?
A Jim Dawson steak hammer.
No, it's just... No, I can
That's
hear
all,
you.
that's
I'm
all
just
he's
suggesting
gonna
something
use this
better.
for.
Maybe the cult of Jason...
He's going to use this to butter his steak.
You're mental.
Right, there's a word from our sponsors. And anybody wants a Jason... No, like, I need to think of a Jason Templar. It's for fighting off the non-Christian warriors. Get in touch. And that's that was plastic plated and solid wood hammer. Finest of quality. You won't get better quality anywhere else. Good enough for a Templar. Good enough for you. And it's the Jason Templars. Blazing's computer's trying to communicate to me. But thanks for joining, everybody.
Sorry, I'm just trying to hold my laughing in.
I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. HK, long time no see. How you doing? Morton in the evening, Morton. Your alleged son was in earlier, my man. Lazy Jesus in the evening. Guys and girls, thanks for joining. Bright. Humphrey. Bright. HK, Devon, Vladimir, oh my god, what the fuck, the E-Bird. I believe the E-Bird in the evening, stick some content up, go and check out our channel. If you're in the chat, Flying Irish, Carletta, Devon, Pontiac, Vladimir, oh my god, what the fuck, Creepy Crow, Jamesy Boy. Fucked off for the live thing. Right, wait. Bright, the E-Word, Carletta, Vladimir, Flying Irish, Pontiac, Creepy Crawl, Stewie, Vladimir, Bright, HK, Delboy, Tazzy, Caroline, Stewie, Bright, Pontiac, Devon, Morton. And hopefully I managed to say hi to all yous. If I didn't, he's a deep state Illuminati and I'm censoring you. Mega thanks to Blaze in for joining. The cult of Jason. Mega thanks to Cha for joining. Thanks to Gordon, Taz, James, all for joining. It'll be here next Friday as well from 10 o'clock. Tune in on Tuesday for Not the Infowars Nightly News. Make sure you bell and sub up for everything in between, because I've got time in my hands. From my Resident Evil, what do you call it? Series, 1 hour per day. Boom. And it's a cracking wee game. So thanks for joining, everybody. Make sure you thumbs it up, you share it with your friends, your family, and your foes. Help the channel and the show grow. Remember, and rely on you guys and girls at home. Share it with your friends, your family, and your foes. Forgot what I'm saying. Remember what I'm doing? It's digital basket. It's all available and accessible free of charge. To do such a good job, you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. And everybody and anybody that want to join after the fact, there's the contact details down below. And I'm good to go. Catchies! Catchies next Tuesday, hopefully. And remember, don't stay safe, play with traffic. Play with traffic and lick doorknobs. It's the way to go. Catchies!
Clips, clips.